Welcome, listeners, to the very first episode of Real Life. I'm your co-host, Jarius. Joining me today, or I am joined with, your name is?
Freddie Germany.
Freddie! Yeah, see, that was the reason why I'm starting this, because Freddie had a difficult time just doing an intro.
Doing intros it's hard, by the way.
Doing intros are pretty easy.
I've been doing them, I've done a few intros, and I don't know, something about it every time.
Well, yeah, that was an easy hump to get over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
All right. So, thank you, listeners, for joining us. This is our first episode, like I just said.
Yeah.
Anything you want to talk about before we get into our subject? Anything cool that happened to you this week so far?
Anything cool? No, just same old. Yeah.
All right.
Skateboarding.
All right. So, this subject for today are all the X-Men movies before Days of Future Past.
Really?
All of them. We're just going to go into probably a short detail about how they were, how they made us feel, and what we liked about them or didn't like about them.
Nice.
Pretty easy, right?
Pretty easy.
Wow. And that was an intro.
Yeah,
That was an intro.
Yeah, you're like natural at it. That's great.
All right. So we're going to start off with the first X-Men. 2004?
No, it was the first X-Men was I believe it was 2000. It came out exactly year 2000.
2000?
Yeah. I remember all the marketing for it and all I remember going to the theater and being stoked like the first time I seen it. It was at we're in Arizona. It was at the Metro Harkins.
Metro Harkins? That's not too far from here.
Yeah, I still remember like when I first saw it. It's weird.
I think I saw it on DVD or VH1.
I don't know if I went opening day or not. It was pretty close to opening day, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, but great movie, I think.
It started off with Wolverine being recruited with the X-Men, correct?
Yeah, that's basically where he's like kind of a drifter.
All right. So how we're going to do this, we should talk about things we liked about it, things we didn't like about it.
Yeah.
Things you liked about it.
Things I liked about it. Let me see. You know what? I think this was like I feel like this one wasn't as centered on Wolverine as all the future X-Men movies were. Mm-hmm. I feel like the other characters had more to do in this one.
All right, meaning?
I think like everyone had their moment. I think Cyclops had his moment, because they totally ended up fucking up Cyclops. But I feel like he had when it was like the final battle against Magneto. I feel like everyone like put their powers together to finally defeat him.
Make their powers combine to make Captain Planet.
Yeah, and I feel like I think that's kind of lost in all the X-Men movies because I think it's more like Wolverine's the main character.
Okay.
But that's one of the things I liked about it. Had great acting. The casting for all the characters I think were spot on.
Okay.
Yeah, it has probably the best. They do have like the best casting.
Okay. Do you like Halle Berry's African accent in that? Did you notice it?
You know what? She's probably like the weakest.
Okay.
Like they probably could have got someone else.
Zoe Saldana.
Yeah, but she wasn't around at that time, so. Back in 2000, she barely came on. She probably was, but she wasn't like how she is now. She probably just barely came on the scene in 2006, probably 2005.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else you liked about those movies?
Well, let's move on to what you like.
All right, things I liked about that movie. First X-Men movie. I felt like it was a great introduction to the world.
Yeah.
Introducing mutants. I love the theme song of it. I love the theme song.
Is that the? No, I know what the theme song is. The score was pretty good.
Yeah, the score or whatever. But that's like something that's really notable to that, where you can.
I was just about to mention the animated series theme song, but that's the one that.
Yeah. But no, this one's really good score. It's really notable and it's really distinct from anything else. So, if I hear that again, my mind will go back and trigger to X-Men, and I was like, oh, okay, this was really cool. So every time I hear that, I was like, oh, X-Men. I thought it was really cool. Wolverine. I like the action scenes. Those were pretty cool. Really cool action scenes. I think one of my favorite things about that movie is something that a lot of people don't bring up. Is that I think it was a really good story where you're all like, okay, you're it builds up to this moment, and builds up to the moment, and then there's one big twist, and everything kind of gets toppled on its head. And like Magneto's going for Wolverine, and then it was like, okay, going for Wolverine, and you're like, why is he going for Wolverine? He's like, oh, he wants his adamantium, and then like he's on a train, and he's with Rogue, and like he's like, what? And nobody knows why he's going after him, but he's like, they probably wants his adamantium, and then he gets there, Magneto gets on the train, he's like, why do you want me? He's all like, why do you think I want you? And then like all of a sudden, the movie was all about Rogue.
Yeah, he wanted
and
Rogue.
He wanted Rogue, and that was like a really good twist that a lot of people kind of forget about. And like, oh yeah, that was a really good, because everyone thought, I thought that was a really good storytelling when you think at the last second everything just changes and like the outcome of like, why does he want him? Because she can steal his power, and the machine might kill him, but it would save everything else. And like, wow, he's really smart. He's just a really smart villain, and that's something I really do like. I like how Magneto is a really genius and calculated villain. He's not just like rubs your mustache and is all like, I want to be evil just to be evil.
No, he definitely has an actual good reason for being evil.
Yeah, he has really good plot motivations. And
you kind of wonder like from different perspective, he's probably not really that bad of a guy. You know what I mean? He's not doing anything that. He's not just doing stuff to benefit like his rate, like the mutants. He's not really doing anything. The only problem is that Professor X wants peace between mutants and humans.
Yeah,
and he's all, fuck that.
We should be in charge of them.
Yeah, we should be in charge of them.
We are the strongest. Yeah. We're the strongest species, and like, the scary part about that is that he's right. Like,
yeah, he's not wrong. Yeah,
it's like owning a pet bear.
Like,
I should not own a pet bear because a bear is a bear and it could slaughter me. A bear could own me because it's stronger and everything. So in a sense, I can see that. Like, if
he's not like I don't like your Spider-Man villain like Green Goblin or Dr. Octopus, who are just like crazy just because
I'm crazy. Blow shit up.
Yeah, they're blowing up everybody just because they hate Spider-Man.
Because I'm crazy.
Yeah. So Magneto's motivation, you can see where he's coming from.
And it's justified.
As a character, yeah.
And like it's justified as him because they give a, like, even though it's not all about these backstories, they give brief backstories among a couple people, and you can see what they're coming from. And like you see Magneto coming from at the beginning. Don't they have that concentration camp scene where he's always doing Mom, and then like you see him try to bend the metal, and like that's when his power is manifested. And I thought that was really good. And knowing that he came from that kind of background, and then seeing this, you're like, okay, I see where all this stuff plays out together. So, really cool. So I like that. That's something I do like. Yeah, I think they did really good exposition where they tell you what's going on and how mutants are mutated and everything. And it's like really opened up my eyes, and I was like, wow, I really love this. And then everything else started after that. Things you didn't like.
Things I didn't like? Let me think. Oh, I didn't like the part where Toad basically kicks when Wolverine leaves the room to kind of like go fight Mystique. I don't like how Toad just like easily kicks the ass of like every X-Men.
What? I kind of like that. That's something I was going to put in my positive.
He kicked the ass of Storm, Cyclops, and Jean Grey, and just like.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I really like that.
Okay. Know. Oh yeah, I was going to put that in my positive. Totally forgot about that. I like Magneto's team. Those three people were Toad, Sabretooth, and was it just Toad and Sabretooth?
No, it's Toad,
Sabretooth, and Mystique. Yeah. And those three infiltrated like everything. Like he could just use them properly and use them well, where he could just take out the X-Men team, and he used them well. And like they're better than almost any other team. Like they're going up against the X-Men. I'm like, yeah, I thought that was really good. Yeah, I thought that was really good. Like how he could just do that. I don't know. And I think it's because under Magneto brings out the true potential of like they had a what if. One of my friends were telling me that there's a what if comic series where they had Nightcrawler being trained by Magneto, and like how badass Nightcrawler is, and like he could just teleport through and all this stuff. And somebody's pointing at Nightcrawler, and Nightcrawler's like, "Don't point. Pointing's not nice." And I guess he continues to point at him, and Nightcrawler grabs his finger and teleports, and goes into a plane and just drops his finger off in the plane, and he comes back. He's like, "Yeah, I told you pointing's not nice." I was like, "Wow!" Like Magneto just gives out the true potential. I think I forgot what other things he was telling me. I'm not sure if that's the one where Cyclops can probably control his powers, where he doesn't need a visor, where he can actually control his powers and just do like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I thought Magneto's crew was really hardcore in this one.
Yeah.
So go back to things you didn't like. Because I went to one of my positives.
Oh, really? That was...
Yeah.
Then we didn't go through your positives. Yeah, that's right. Let me think. Something else I didn't like. No, you know what? I didn't really dislike anything about this movie, really. Rogue wasn't she was kind of like, I don't even...
Rogue
I know she was there.
She was like the Jubilee.
Yeah, but she didn't really do much. So
she was actually there. Her and Wolverine were there for pretty much the audience. Like they were asked questions. That way the people could answer it. That way the audience would be informed of like, "Hey, what is this?" And then like, "Oh, let me tell you what this is. This is for this." And a Cerebro. What's Cerebro do? Cerebro is a machine that helps me implement my power to.
So she was basically like Luke Skywalker, like the normal person coming into this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
So, yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's basically it.
Negatives for me, probably there was no costumes. I thought,
you know what?
Leather. It was only just leather role-playing things.
You know what? That didn't bother me.
I kind of wish I would have saw some type of more costumes. Sabretooth didn't say anything. I remember that.
Yeah, he didn't really...
He just probably said like 2 or 3 words. That was pretty much it.
He was a wrestler though, right? He didn't...
Yeah, that's what I remember hearing. And like besides that, I thought it was a pretty good movie. I could probably watch it again, even though I remember when I first saw it when Sabretooth throws Wolverine around the Statue of Liberty. I was like, wow, this looks so real. Then I remember seeing it like a couple years ago. I was like, that is so fake.
yeah, special effects. Yeah,
special effects don't hold up. Bryan Singer did a really great job introducing this world that he played with, and I thought he did a really good job.
Yeah.
Anything else? No, nothing for me. Too many negatives. I thought it was a really good movie. It's not like the best movie of all time, but it did a really good job of introducing.
Yeah, it didn't really. That's the thing. It did what it really needed to do.
Yeah.
And
extraordinary, like.
Yeah, it
extremely did an extremely good job doing that.
Yeah.
They were extraordinary.
Yeah, and it just like, gave us exposition that you needed.
Exposition, you say?
Yeah, exposition.
Oh, okay.
And it just gave us the final kick-ass battle, good versus evil, and I think it was an awesome movie.
Yeah. Did you get ecstatic when you saw it? Yeah. If I had to rate the movie, I would say it's worth ticket price. I don't think it's anything you rush out to see immediately because it really is worth the ticket price because it's a really solid movie. There's weak points in it, but it doesn't overall affect anything. I remember when I saw that when it came out on DVD, they had like extended scenes where it was like a longer scene where you could tell that Wolverine kind of wants to do Jean Grey, and Cyclops or Wolverine goes into Jean's room or something like that. They're all talking, and then Scott comes in, pretty much cockblocks him, and then Wolverine's all like, "Oh, are you gonna tell me to stay away from your girlfriend?" And how they cut it in the movie was all like no, and then he's about to close the door and stay away from my girlfriend, and then he says that when he leaves, and I was like okay. But there's actually a scene where they're like talking, and it's like, well, if I had to do that, I wouldn't be too much of a great boyfriend, and I'm not too much threatened by you or whatever.
Are you gonna tell me to stay away from your girlfriend?
It's like.
He said something about like I don't need to do that. And he's like, oh, but stay away from my girlfriend.
Yeah, that's how it's regularly edited. But there's like extended scene where it's like actually like probably like 40 seconds longer, and they actually talk about stuff. And it's all like, stay away from my girlfriend. And that's the one where he steals his bike.
Yeah.
And like his bike goes like Mach 10.
And he steals his bike again at the end, right?
I think so. Yeah. Where's my bike?
Yeah, he takes his bike to go figure out his past or whatever. Sabretooth never mentioned that
they're related.
They're related. He just kind of just stared off and didn't really say that. But I don't think they
weren't expecting Wolverine origins.
Yeah.
And they weren't expecting X-Men 3 to go where X-Men 3 went. So.
Yeah, that's probably why. The great series Wolverine, this great series X-Men Origins.
Yeah, isn't that the peak of it?
Yeah. God, all of them. I love them all.
Out of all movies in general, besides what we were talking about earlier, besides Street Fighter movies.
Yeah. Street Fighter is the pinnacle of filmmaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We can move to the X-Men 2 now, right?
Yeah. X2.
X2, X-Men United. Didn't that come out probably my freshman year? So was that 2004?
It was 2003.
2003.
Yes.
Wow, you're good. 2003, X-Men United. I'll start off with the positive with this one.
It was my sophomore year, so yeah, it was your freshman year.
My freshman year. Oh, young lads we were.
Yeah.
We were just really young lads. X-Men 2. How does this one start off? Is this the one where it starts off?
Basically, it picks up where the last one left off with Wolverine leaving Xavier's school.
Oh yeah, going to Canada.
Yeah,
right?
Because Xavier says, "Okay, we have a deal," and he was gonna read Wolverine's mind, and he told him, go off to Canada and find your past because he has a memory loss. So it picks up with Wolverine. He's in, I think, is it Canada? I'm not too sure, even though I just barely watched the movie like a couple of days ago. But yeah, he's up north somewhere, and he's kind of just like putting together the pieces of the experiments that Stryker did to him with the adamantium and all that. Meanwhile, there's Nightcrawler
in the Legion of Doom.
Yeah. Meanwhile, while that's happening, Nightcrawler is attacking the White House
and kicking ass,
and kicked everyone's ass. Yeah,
fucking great.
That was the best part. Yeah. That's actually. I watched it and I was still actually impressed by the special effects of Nightcrawler.
That was freaking awesome.
It's still really good.
He's like, boom, boom, and that smoke trail that it leaves behind, really great touch what they did and everything. And then he's just teleporting in this room, and I'm almost convinced that he was just teleporting just to make that smoke to have a concealment, and it was just beautiful, bro. Like, I think that's a really good way to start off, is a really great action scene.
Yeah.
Where the action scene is just really great, and you don't know why the action scene's happening, but you understand that there's a bigger story behind it. And it leaves you asking questions, and you're really satisfied at the end of it.
Uh-huh.
Really great way to start a movie.
Yeah, that was fun. Right, so, let me see, what I really... Want to move on to what we liked, what we didn't like?
Yeah.
All right. I think you should go first this time.
All right, what I liked was definitely Nightcrawler scene.
Okay.
One of my favorite superhero movie scenes in like all times.
Uh-huh.
The acting was good. They brought in more mutants. Pyro was pretty cool.
Yeah.
This is the one where Pyro uses his power out in the mall, and then Professor X just makes everyone freezes. He's all like, "What are you doing?" And then like, I thought that was a really cool scene.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. Yeah, and some like not to use his powers and
yeah, and like he just made everyone freeze. I was like, wow, he's a really strong. You see how strong Professor X is?
Yeah, you can freeze everybody. That's why.
You see, Jean Grey started going like kind of how like all girls go when I date them. They just go crazy for no reason.
Go off the rails for no reason.
No, I'm just gonna go crazy.
Is that what they do? Is that that's what happens to you every time?
Yeah, girls that start dating.
They start like seeing like weird visions and.
Or I don't know if they started seeing real weird visions, but I know that when they try to describe what's going on to me, they might as well be saying they see like weird visions.
Anyway, what is that? The story you got right there is she because her powers like evolved.
Yeah, she has this like force that's like I don't know if it chose her in that one, but like they have so many different origin stories of War of the Phoenix. Or they have a couple different, not so many. I don't know why I said that.
So in the movies, was she just like her powers were just evolving into something else? Sorry.
I hope they touch on that in the next couple X-Men movies. Of like, maybe I don't know. We'll get into that.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out like what turned her into the Phoenix.
I think she always had it deep inside of her.
Oh, okay.
Just how most girls like it. Before they go crazy. Let's see another thing I did like about it. Who were the villains in this one? I know William Stryker was good. Oh,
Stryker was the main villain.
Oh, what other scene that was really good? I like it when Storm's flying the helicopter or flying the X-wing. Is that what it's called?
Was it the plane? Blackbird or whatever?
Yeah, Blackbird, Black Hawk, Hawkbird, Hawk something bird.
I used to have that toy.
And it's really cool when she was flying that, using her storm powers to make wind tunnels to try to. That was really cool. That scene before that, when Pyro's at Bobby's house and Bobby's little brother calls the cop and is like, "We have mutants here and they're trying to kill us." And then like Pyro goes all like, "You know what you're hearing about mutants? Mm-hmm. I'm the most dangerous one." And he just starts shooting fire at the cops. And I was like, "Wow, this is really cool." And you can see that character turn because of justified motives. Because people are like, he's just a normal kid, but everyone treats him like a jerk. And he's all like, well, if you guys are going to treat me like a jerk, let me show you what I could be.
I am a jerk then. Yeah.
Start using it's like, get down. And like, I also like the scene where Bobby's all like, I'm a mutant. And his mom's all like, have you tried not being a mutant? Like, this is who I am. I really like that. That's just.
You know what's funny about that part is that the cops shoot Wolverine like no hesitation, right?
Oh yeah.
And while Pyro is turning around, lighting cops on fire, then he turns around, lights another cop on fire. Then he turns around, lights all the cop cars on fire. No one tries to shoot him. No.
They knew. All the cops knew. Were all like, "Oh, that dude has a mellow skeleton, so we can shoot him and he won't die."
Yeah. All right.
And I like how that one in X-Men 2, when he gets shot in the head with a bullet, he goes unconscious. And he wakes up and remembers everything. But in Wolverine Origins, he gets shot head with a bullet. And then he's like, what's going on?
Who the fuck are you?
What? Who are you? What other good scenes were there? Oh, I really like the Mystique scene. Where Stryker's all like looking at her. He's like, I know my projects. That's not him. Kill it immediately. And then she just kicks everyone's butt. And then like, while she slides in through the door, she's like flipping them off and sliding off. I was like, that Mystique is badass. She was really cool. She's also really good in the first X-Men, which I didn't touch on.
Yeah, she kicks Wolverine's ass in the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was a really good fight scene.
And then she just kind of left.
Yeah. Well, she kicked her ass.
She kicked his ass, then she left, and then she turned into Storm. Yeah.
And then he was all like, you're not Storm. I was like, what? I was like, what's he doing? I was like, Mystique stabbed Storm. No, Wolverine stabbed Mystique. I was like, wow, that's really cool. There's a problem here. What? You're not one of us. I'm doing the Halle Berry face for everyone who can't tell. So I'm shaking my hand out and my eyes and I have an awe face. So
yes. The great acting of Halle Berry dying death scene.
All right. Let's see. X-Men 2. Anything else I like? I like the action scene. I like the story because Magneto and Charles had to work together, and like at the end of where Magneto and Charles are working together, Magneto stabbed him in the back and was all like,
he has his own motivations. Yeah,
and that's one thing about Magneto. He always has his own motivation. Tries to better for mutants and tries to get rid of the humans who are trying to get rid of him. Where they were using Charles to try to get rid of all the mutants. Mm-hmm. So Magneto tries to break him out, but before he breaks him out for sure, he uses Charles to try to get rid of all the humans. Yeah. And they just are like, oh, my head hurts. Oh, I'm so crazy. I'm having mind cramps. And then
Charles keeps trying to reason with Magneto. That's like an overall thing, but he's always just ends up getting stabbed in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, I wouldn't even trust the guy, but this one he kind of had to.
Yeah, he kind of, yeah.
And it's crazy because like Magneto will only team up with them
if it's going to be better his cause.
Yeah, if something is threatening the whole mutant race, like it was in this movie.
Yeah.
Stryker was trying to end all mutants, basically. But yeah, that's why I like him as a character, because he does it to help them, but he's gonna do it his own way.
He's consistent.
Yeah.
I don't like a character who's inconsistent. Like, kind of like can we touch on real quick what's wrong with like transporter movies? Like the first one, he's all like, first one was like, I won't break the rules. Second one was like, I won't break the rules. And third one was like, let's just fuck it, break the rules. We're just gonna break the rules, all the rules, not just some of them, all of them. I want to open it up. I'll open it up. Will I deliver the package? I won't deliver the package. Will I tell everyone? I'll tell everyone what I'm doing. And I was like, what are you doing? This is not.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the last 4 seasons of Dexter. Like he had his rules, and then like all of a sudden he just started breaking what made the first four seasons of Dexter I like. But then the last 4 seasons of Dexter, I was like, I'll forgive season 5 because it came after the pinnacle peak of season 4. So I was like, okay, they can't reach that again.
Where it should have ended.
It's like, where's it going to go from here? So they were going to keep it going. I'll give it a transition stage to have it go back to a caliber. But then it just kept on declining. I was like, this isn't the Dexter. This isn't the Dexter who doesn't like to have sex, because obviously he's having sex with somebody right now. And he only had sex with one girl from the first 4. And all these other girls who liked him, he's like, I don't know what to do. These are feelings. I don't do well with feelings. And then season 5 through 8, he's all like, I love you. Just love me back. Don't you understand? I love you. I'm jealous. I love you. Where are you coming from? I love you. I'm like,
yeah, he kept having girlfriends just to reach the same conclusion over and over again, that he can't have a girlfriend.
Kind of like Deborah. Like stupid. Deborah kept on having a love interest who was gonna die by the killers.
Yeah, he had like, what is it, 4 girlfriends? He had the first chick with the kids. Rita. He also had a side thing with that one chick from the crazy chick from London that was lighting everything on fire.
Oh yeah,
chick or whatever. He had Julia Stiles.
Was that the girl from Born Identity, Born Supremacy?
Yeah. And then he had
she left.
Yeah, then she left. He's like, after all these times, he's like, after Rita died, he's like, I can't be with anyone, and he's like,
wait, you're in the Born movies. I love you.
Yeah, then he has to kill that fucking chick for almost setting him on fire. So he's like, I can't be with anyone, but I'll be with Rita because it's whatever. And he that one chick leaves him. He's like, I can't be with anyone. And then he has like another chick, and he's like, I can't be with her either.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to kill her, but then I'm not gonna try to kill her. But then I love her, but then she's not good for me. Then she comes back and tries to kill me again.
Yeah,
but then. It was all used that way she can kill her husband, but then we fall in love again. But then we're gonna be together, so we're gonna run away. But then I leave her, but I give her my son, and then I just leave.
It's dumb,
retarded.
Yeah. We talk about how Dexter like shit the bed his last seasons all day.
Yeah, weren't you the one telling me that like the first 4 got nominated for like?
Yeah,
25 awards for the first 4 seasons, and then like
the writers when
then it got like 3 or 4 for like the last 4 seasons. Like
when the showrunners left, and then they got a new guy and didn't really do so well.
And he was reaching for everything.
Yeah, so convoluted.
Yeah, so back to Magneto being at least consistent.
Yeah,
that's one of the things I like about him. Wolverine or Nightcrawler is still really good. Let's see, any other villains, because I know it's just like Magneto, Mystique versus Stryker and his son.
You forgot one fight scene I really liked.
Lady Deathstrike. How did I forget about that?
I don't know.
That was really good. Oh, and they also had where Magneto breaks out of prison with only probably an ounce of metal.
Yeah, that's what I really like too.
Oh wow, dude, I'm just having like a total brain fart right now. That was really awesome.
Yeah, where he's like, because Mystique sets him up.
Yeah.
One of the guys that works at the prison where they're holding Magneto, she like hits on him, and
I'm pretty sure that's how all my life is too. That's why I have trust issues.
And injected him with some shit.
Because when you're going to a bar, that's why I don't trust girls at bars, because I was like, you're cute and everything, but I have seen X-Men too. So You're gonna try to drag me into the bathroom, and then you're gonna try to shove liquid metal up my ass, and then this is gonna work.
Yeah, it's not gonna end well.
I wonder what happened with that dude when he woke up. It's all like, I'm in the bathroom. Did I get really drunk? I think I did that girl. He's all, my butt hurts. Oh, I definitely did that girl. Usually, I definitely did that girl. She knows how I like it.
They should have put that in there.
When he woke
that
up,
would have been great.
He was like, oh yeah.
My butt hurts. What did she do to me, man? I don't even know.
That was like 2000. I was what, 2003?
Yeah.
He was probably writing letters home, like, guys, guess what I did? Because nobody had text back then. He probably called some of his friends. Told this one hot girl from the barman. Yeah. What was her name? I don't remember, but it was wild. We told you everything. It was so wild I woke up and my butt was hurting.
In the bathroom stall.
In the bathroom stall, yeah.
Yeah, that was the awesome part where he's like, there's something wrong with you. He sensed it right away. He's like, there's too much iron in your blood.
And he's all like, huh! Oh, because that's the one that's like kicking. I was like, he was just unnecessarily beating Magneto up with a plastic stick.
Yeah. So
he got like his justification. So it was really good because it wasn't like he was just a good guard who had a family. He was a total douche. Mm-hmm. So imagine if he wasn't a total douche. Imagine if he was beating up Magneto because he killed like his family who was all at the Statue of Liberty at night because Magneto tried to take it over. Yeah. Imagine if that guard's family was there at the Statue of Liberty at night. Just gonna see them like, hey, honey, let's go here for our anniversary. And then they all killed him. And he's like, oh, Magneto, I hate you. So I'm going to be a prison guard and beat you up. And we never see that backstory. And then that's why he's beating up Magneto. But all we know about him is he's just beating up Magneto for no reason. Mm. Yeah. Yes. But Lady Deathstrike was cool.
Yeah, she was badass.
Yeah. And they never mentioned how she was like with Logan or anything, but he felt like a connection, and she was brainwashed, and he can't remember his past. You can kind of feel like they could have been together, that they did have something, because remember when she has that little thing on the back of her neck that he has to put liquid on, because somehow that helps with the brainwash?
Did they ever revisit that in like the Wolverine movies at all?
I don't think so.
Relationship with Lady Deathstrike? I know in the cartoon they did.
Yeah, I don't really think they did, besides like a deleted scene once, or for Wolverine Origins.
That would have been. I think that's a missed opportunity right there for Wolverine Origins.
I do too.
Yeah, they could have did something with that.
Yes. You've already mentioned things you like. Was there any more things you like?
Yeah, all the action scenes that you mentioned, the Nightcrawler fight at the beginning, I think it was an excellent way to start the movie. The fight scene with Lady Deathstrike. There's one action scene the one with Pyro. There's one action scene you didn't mention was when the Stryker's group of guys like invade the Xavier house.
Oh my god!
And Wolverine's all stealth, and Colossus shows up. Yeah, just starts knocking dudes through walls and stuff. That was really good.
Yeah, he goes like on this berserker rage. And he kills people, and like they show it. Like he had that at least killed like 15 people in that one.
Yeah, he killed 15
definitely killed that dude.
House.
He definitely killed that dude in the kitchen. He was like, oh! And the dude's like, God! And then he like stabs him, and the dude's like, God! He's like, God! He's like, and everyone's just like, God! It's crazy. Remember that? You remember that scene?
Yeah.
Is it ringing a bell?
Yeah, it was ringing a bell.
Okay. Okay, so I don't have to keep on doing that.
Yeah, he stabbed that guy in the foot and then stabbed him again. That was pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's smart because nobody's all like, good thing I have a foot protection. It's like, God, he's like, oh, my foot. And then just stabs him again. And then where he jumps off the balcony and gets those two guys who come in the door, and then like he's like, God. That was a really cool scene.
If Stryker didn't show up, he probably would have killed everybody.
Yeah, and I really like that thing that Iceman made that little ice wall.
Yeah.
It's like, who are you? Who are you? It's like, you don't remember me? I created you. And that was really cool. Really good humor, too, when they're driving and they're listening to NSYNC and like, bye, bye, bye. And then like they all like make a disgusted look like, oh, what is this? Oh, this is, I don't like this. Really funny. Things you didn't like about it.
Things I didn't like about it? Let's see. Oh. I thought was a good scene was when I'm not ready to go things I didn't like yet.
Okay, no problem.
What I thought was a good scene was when Mystique poses as Jean Grey and tries to do Wolverine in the tent.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, that was really good. I would totally. That's when I was all like, you know what? I want to grow.
I would do it.
Yeah, I would all like. I know who you are, but I'm just my imagination.
Yeah. And he finds out by the scar from the first one that he stabbed through her stomach.
Yeah, like
how'd she survive again?
I don't know, but how he wouldn't be just able to tell because he stabbed Storm because he recognizes the smell and he doesn't recognize the smell now that it's not her. Like he could have just known not to smell.
You know what? Yeah, you got a point there. Yeah, now I don't like that scene anymore. It's something I didn't like. Well, now that you mentioned that.
I heard you. Oh, remember when Mystique and Nightcrawler are talking? And it's like you can imitate everybody, even their voice, evens their voice, and like that was really good.
Yeah,
they did really good subtle cues of just like having really good moments that they're just really good.
Yeah. Let me think of something else I really disliked about this. No, I thought the plot was way better than the first one.
I still think the plot's. I don't know. I still think way better is kind of pushing it. I think it's better.
It's way better.
You shut up, you dirty little whore.
It's way better.
I think it's still good. I really like it.
Okay. Stakes were higher.
Yeah, stakes were very higher. It's like they put the beef on a higher shelf because the stakes were higher.
Yeah.
Things you didn't like? Because it's pretty hard to come up with things I didn't like about X-Men 2.
It's hard for me to come up with things I didn't like about the first one and the second one, really.
I think X-Men 2 is really good. I still think it's one of my favorite. I can debate. I can see anybody's valid points if they're going to have a debate of which one was better, X-Men 2 First Class.
First Class.
I might go with X-Men 2.
You think so?
Yeah, I really love that Nightcrawler scene.
You know what? I respect that.
Yeah.
That's what's up. I like both of them also. I don't think equally as much, but it's not that far. It's not like it's not that far off. But the movie I refuse to watch,
X-Men 3.
X-Men 3,
Last Stand.
Yeah,
where they stand again. The last.
the not last stand of the X-Men. Yeah.
Brett Ratner.
Thank
you. Thank you, Brett.
Actually, you know what? I don't know what year this movie came out. I think it was 2006.
2006, yeah.
I might be right. Yeah, Bryan Singer left.
That's when we got two great trilogy movies, I believe. Then X-Men 3 and Spider-Man 3 come out the same year?
They both did, yeah.
Yeah, wow. Good thing we had really good comic book movies in.
Yeah, they both did.
Did you not like X-Men 3? Well, don't worry. Right around the corner is Spider-Man 3. If you didn't like Spider-Man 3, you'll probably love X-Men 3.
Yeah, his first two were good.
Yeah.
You know, the second one was better than the first. Like, it was just getting better, and then it just, they both declined at the third one.
At the same time.
At the same time. The same year, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is horrible. All right, let's talk about things we liked about it. All right, now let's move to things we don't like about it. Okay, let's see. Things we liked about X-Men. I remember that. How about this? I remember I liked the trailers for all of them. I was like, oh, wow, they're going to have Angel in it. They're going to have Juggernaut in it. They're going to have Beast in it. And that was a really first time.
It was good effort introducing.
Oh my gosh, it looks so much effort. And then you're like, oh, they're bringing in the Phoenix saga. And I'm like, oh my god, Phoenix is awesome. And you're like, we're going to see Phoenix on screen. Oh my god, no.
Because I remember after the first one, I really wanted to see Nightcrawler. And the second one, they gave us Nightcrawler. So I'm like, whoa, shit, like, maybe they could put Beast in the next one. Maybe they could put the Juggernaut. And they did, but it wasn't done as great.
What are you talking about? It was the best thing ever. It was probably the best movie in the whole lot. No, fuck that movie.
Fuck that movie. Yeah.
Yeah, let's see, things we liked. I'm trying to come up with things we liked. Oh, it's something I didn't like about X-Men 2. I totally forgot to do my things I didn't like about X-Men 2.
Okay, this is our show. We could, we can
go in any order.
Switch the format up, whatever.
Yeah, no rules, just right, like Outback. Things I didn't like about it, there wasn't enough Cyclops in that one. Like, he's in the, like, probably 2 scenes, then he's out because he gets captured, and then,
yeah, he gets knocked out by, Lady Deathstrike kicks his ass.
Lady Deathstrike kicks his ass. Then he gets brainwashed and has to fight Jean Grey. And then Jean Grey dies at the end. Or does she?
She doesn't, but
yeah, well,
they thought
she justifiably should have died because of all that. Yeah, because she's still a human and she needs to breathe. You get to see, she showcased it a little bit. She taps into her Phoenix Force power and raises the plane and everything. And like Scott's like, "No, I love her," and then her and Logan have that moment like, "I love her too."
When they hug each other and they cry.
God, why? My quick regeneration won't repair my heart because it's broken. You can't repair a broken heart.
Sleeping with Mystique in the tent was the closest Wolverine got to doing her too.
I know, right? It's so weird. Even though you're right about like all the movies. Like we'll get into it a little bit later, but yeah, you're right about that. But I'll save it for later. Remind me when we start talking about Wolverine.
Okay.
Bring up Jean, okay?
Alright. Is there anything else you
didn't like about X-Men 2? X-Men 3. Talk about the positives.
X-Men 3. The positive is the casting for Beast. You know.
Kelsey Grammer?
It was weird.
Is that the dude who played Frazier?
It's the dude who played Frazier. It's weird, but he actually did a good job as Beast. Yeah, it was really strange. I'm like, fucking Frazier is Beast? And yeah, he did. I think it was the guy who wanted to play Nightcrawler. The guy who played Nightcrawler, he didn't want to come back. Which sucks.
And they're like, we've got all this blue paint. What are we gonna do?
Yeah, so let's paint Kelsey.
We got all this blue paint. Yeah. We can use Mystique, and then we're gonna nerf her, so she's gonna be a normal person. But we're gonna need another person.
Oh, that was so stupid. I remember that now.
So this plot was all about they have a mutant cure. Even though it's not used as a mutant cure, it's used as a mutant like a vaccination where they're just gonna extinguish all mutants.
That's what Stryker was trying to do in the second one.
No, Stryker was trying to kill all mutants. This was trying to, even though it's called a cure, it was going to be like used against people's wills pretty much. So it's going to be a mutant like a, mutant cure like that. Voluntold type of cure.
Yeah, that was stupid. I didn't like it.
Things I'm trying to come up with things I liked. The special effects were okay.
You know, it was good effort.
I'm the Juggernaut bitch meme.
I'm the Juggernaut bitch.
Okay, that was pretty funny because you remember that video, right?
Yeah. I know. I remember the part. I don't remember the video.
There was a video about like it was all off of this one thing where they have like this voiceover of the original cartoon, and they have black people doing the voice, and it looks like it has the Juggernaut, and like it's like this episode. It's probably like 10 minutes long. I'll show it to you. And, like, it's just the Juggernaut just being so ghetto. And then, like, it's just freaking hilarious. And, like, Juggernaut brings in, like, this one girl. It's from the X-Men series. And they just voice dubbed over it. And Juggernaut has, like, this one girl on his shoulder. And that's probably my favorite part. Juggernaut breaks into this wall. He's like, "Oh, it's the Juggernaut, bitch. And I brought a bitch with me." And I was like, "Oh, it's the Juggernaut, bitch." I was like, oh, it's just great. So that's why he's like, "You not know who I am? I'm the Juggernaut, bitch." And like that's why they put that in there.
Oh man, so stupid. Okay, I'm gonna move on to things I didn't like about this movie. The way they killed off Cyclops, did they even kill him off? That was stupid.
It's never specifically shown, so they leave it up for your imagination. But he's most likely dead. Yeah. If he doesn't have his glasses, he's not just walking around. In the middle of like a forest.
And knowing how the whole...
Hello? Jean, are you there?
No.
Are you there, Jean?
And knowing how the series played out, that doesn't really matter anyways. So we'll just leave it up to maybe he died, maybe he didn't.
Maybe he died, maybe he just went underwater. Maybe he learned how to, maybe he learned how to control his power. And he was like, you know what? I don't need Professor X anymore. I'm just going to do my own thing.
Yeah, it's kind of whatever at this point.
And that's the one thing I don't like about this. Even though that's something negative that I would like to say in this one, more than everything else, like Cyclops was not shown as the leader that he should have been. Like, so Cyclops is a really great leader. I
think the only movie that really showed that was the first one.
Yeah,
he
because
had more of a presence in the first one. In the second one, he gets kidnapped.
Kidnapped, gone.
In this
and
one,
then
he
he's
just dies in the
there
beginning.
for like 4 minutes, and like,
Yeah.
and that was it. And like, that's the kind of sucky thing because like Cyclops is actually a really cool character. I was reading a little bit of the X-Men versus Avengers comic series, and like Cyclops goes a little bit crazy in it, but it's like justified crazy where he almost has the same mythology and religious beliefs as Magneto, where he's on Magneto's island, so Genosha, and Magneto there, and he's like the leader of everything. And like, this this really cool scene where you have to figure out why the Phoenix Force is coming back to Earth. So the Avengers are going to Genosha to try to talk to Scott and be like, hey, we think the Phoenix Force may be coming for your daughter because Jean is dead, whatever. And like, he's all like, so we're wondering if we could talk to your daughter, try to bring her back, and try to figure out if we could try to protect her. And Scott's all like, no, like mutants are like, we used to be like 10% of the world, and now we're like 1% or some stupid stuff. And like, Cyclops attacks like Captain America, and then Captain America gets back up. He's like, this wasn't a request, it was a demand. He's like, Avengers, assemble. And then there's like this big epic battle in Genosha where all these Avengers are fighting the mutants. Really great. They have one scene where Emma Frost punches Iron Man and break like Diamond. It says Diamond punches Tony Stark's armor, and it's all like, and then it says in the subtitles of the comics like the most expensive punch in comic book history because like all that nanotechnology, and she's just Diamond, and like it was just. But yeah, you get to see Scott Summers be a really cool a leader and a really good presence of how because they tricked the Avengers, and you see it because it's all Scott's plan, and then Wolverine's the only one who could scout it out right before it happens, even though it's all like, wait a minute, you gotta think this is it, and like you see Scott has a brilliant plan, and he's a really great leader, and they've never touched on that in the movies. They've never really touched on that. All he was almost like a overprotective boyfriend.
He always took a backseat to Wolverine every time.
Oh, I love you. Oh, get away from my girlfriend. Stop looking at her, you jerk. Where's my bike at?
Yeah. The person makes a decision on, who's going to save Rogue, which Wolverine's like, I'm going to go up there. And yeah, it seems like Wolverine makes all the leadership decisions that Cyclops should make.
Yeah.
And then they kill off Cyclops, so he makes no decisions.
That was a really good one. It's all like when they all come back together, it's all like, and everyone's all like second guessing who everyone is, and Cyclops talks to Wolverine. It's all like, whoa, I'm Wolverine. How did I know? You're a dick. All right. All right. X-Men 3. We're trying to beat around the bush and not talk about it.
Not talk about it.
Yeah. Oh, I did like the Smurf movie. Did you see the Smurf? No. Things. I can't think of anything I really liked about it. I remember I felt insulted watching that. Like, the special effects were okay. I really find it. Okay, let's just go to negatives. Negatives. I find it stupid that they had to try to make Magneto fight Wolverine again, even though we all know how that's going to turn out. I absolutely hate how Phoenix was killed by Wolverine. There's no emotional impact, definitely because he shouldn't have been able to kill her.
He had to do it.
No, there's no reason, because she's trying to disintegrate him using her disintegration Phoenix powers, which I'm totally allowing. I'm totally fine with. This is a showcase of her power, okay? And like everything in the background is like spinning around. You see all these. She slaughters at least like 50 soldiers in one scene alone. And when I say one scene, I mean one freeze frame. And like she just disintegrates all of them. And like she's trying to do that to Wolverine, and she's like flinging all these trucks around, right?
Right.
When she doesn't need to do that at all, because her core power is being telekinetic, and she could just move stuff with her mind.
Yeah.
She's in the background. You see Hummers floating around and everything just rolling, and she could just do that to him. But no, she's like, I'm going to disintegrate you. You're getting closer. And then all she does is just stab him. I'm sorry, Jean. And just like poke. And she's dead. I was like, that's so anticlimactic. And I was like, this is horrible.
He had to do it. He's Wolverine. He had to save the day.
It shouldn't have been him. It should have been almost anybody else could have done that.
So what I just say about this movie is you can skip it.
Yeah,
it doesn't really
I
play
hate that movie.
a big part in the whole X-Men.
Oh yeah, reading about the X-Men 2.
Yeah.
Getting away from X-Men 3 again. I would say it was... Go see it. Like, if it was out in movie theaters right now, I would say go see it.
Go see it. 3, don't go see it.
3, I would rather torture myself. Like, I would rather wake up, fall off my bed 20 feet, and as I'm falling, I'm hitting, like, porcupines. Aggressive porcupines that are attacking me. And then I land into, like, a bed of cactus. And then I try to recover from that, and somebody's like, you're going to have to pressure floss your teeth. And I don't have any floss. And they're like, here, and they hand me barbed wire, and I have to floss using barbed wire. I'd rather do that than watch X-Men 3.
So, I'm not going to say what?
Yeah.
I'm not going to give,
Horrible.
We're not going to really give too much about it. We just don't like it. But it only gets better from here, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can't get worse than X-Men 3, right?
Right? So, X-Men Origins, Wolverine. You know, Charles, do you like Deadpool?
Oh, wow, Deadpool. They're gonna have Deadpool in it?
Yeah.
Whoa, Freddie, I love Deadpool. Ask me what I like about Deadpool.
What do you like about Deadpool?
Well, the things I like about Deadpool is that he's a really charismatic. Yeah, charismatic.
Yeah.
Freaking hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things he does, he loves to talk. Bro, he loves to talk. He has these 2 swords that are attached to his back that he can just pull out and use whenever he wants to because they're attached to his back. Because that's really cool. He has a teleportation machine that helps him teleport. And he's just like, bro, he is hilarious.
Has the same healing factor as Wolverine.
Might be a little bit better, but it's debatable. Let's just say, it is. Freaking great. Dude, he's going to be in that movie?
Yeah, he's in this movie.
What? That's gonna be great. Deadpool's gonna make that movie.
Yeah.
You know what one of my other favorite mutants is?
Gambit?
What? Dude, how did you know?
Because I was gonna ask you, do you like Gambit also?
Oh my god, bro. I love Gambit. Gambit's like one of my favorites. I thought he was
He's the best, huh?
Yeah, I thought he was also always a really cool badass villain from the cartoons, and like I don't know too much about him. I know that he can make things explode that he touches, and he can see in the dark. Those are 2 things I know for sure about him. He has this really cool staff, and he can do. I was like, wow, dude, they're gonna have those 2 villains.
He's a badass.
Everyone's gonna have those 2 characters in it, plus Wolverine, who I love.
The best X-Men movie ever.
Probably.
Right? Probably, huh?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then we're gonna let that settle.
What about the great mutant Will.I.Am?
Yay.
The great comic. The great X-Men character.
Oh, wow.
Who was he again? I don't even know the name.
I don't really remember. I remember just his acting was just so superb. It was like Super B, bro. It was Super B.
It's kind of sad because I really liked some of the songs he produced. I don't like him in this movie. I don't even really think I like him that much. I just like the music he produces for other rappers.
Let's get it started in here. Is that him?
Yeah, that's
okay.
That's him with the Black Eyed Peas. I don't like the Black Eyed Peas either.
NLP, keep running.
Yeah. Hate it.
Move back. The car is cats. Something moves him. And a heart attack. It was just moving. I like how they made that song. It's called "Let's Get Retarded in Here."
Retarded in.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
Let's get retarded in here. Like, but then, like 2 songs prior, their major single is like, "Where's the Love?" Like, so they have a song like, "Where is the love? Where is..." Everyone should just be nice to each other. 2 songs later, let's get retarded in here. Let's get mentally retarded in here. Let's make fun of a mental disease and say that as our song, and then that's going to be the staple of it. Right after, we're going to have a song talking about girls and her ass and breast. My humps.
So X-Men Origins, we have Wolverine.
Yeah.
Deadpool.
Oh wow.
Gambit.
The
Blob.
Yep.
And Will.I.Am.
Yep.
In the same movie.
Wait, let's list this all off. Let's see if I can do this off the top of my brain. Haven't seen it in a while. We have Wolverine, who should be in this movie.
Yeah,
We have
it's his origins after all.
We have Sabretooth who should be in this movie.
Yeah, Sabretooth.
Those are two characters that should be in this movie that are in this movie. Then we have Cyclops shouldn't be in this movie. We have Emma Frost who shouldn't be in this movie. We have Blob that shouldn't be in this movie. We have Agent Shiro who shouldn't be in this movie. We have that dude who can teleport who shouldn't be in this movie. We have Deadpool that shouldn't be in this movie.
Should not be in this movie. Yeah, you're right.
We have did I already mention Gambit who shouldn't be in this movie? We also have
they just threw him in there because so many fans demanded they put Gambit in the
Agents.
Movie.
Yeah, and like there's just so many people.
They gave him the Venom treatment, bro.
They have Quicksilver, who's a little bit in this movie. Professor X isn't even in this movie. Yeah, and there's like so many, and like people are like, "Oh, villain overload," and I'm like, "There's no such thing as villain overload. Like, if a movie's good, movies can be good with a lot of characters in it.
Yeah,
movie can be really good with a lot of characters in it. You just have to learn how to use it. Like,
you have to find that balance.
Yeah, because like when you make food, there's a lot of ingredients, and you can't be all like, oh, there's too much chicken in my chicken soup. Like what? There's only chicken and noodles. Like, because people are used to like, oh, chicken noodle sandwich. It's like, okay, it's just chicken and noodles. Like, but you can have too much of something, even if there's going to be a lot of things in there. Like, if you don't equal it all out, it's not going to be like a PB&J. People are like, oh, everyone thinks of a character in shows that should be, oh, PB&J should just have peanut butter and jelly because you can just half and half of this, half and half of this. I'm like, no, you can actually structure a movie where it's gonna have a lot of big characters, and if you use them all right, it won't seem like they're not on the screen a lot. It would seem like they did justification and they actually helped it. But this one, they just had so many villains and heroes, and it was just like they didn't use them correctly. They didn't.
Yeah, it really comes down to like, you have to put a character in there that makes sense to the story.
Yeah.
And not just put him in there just to have him in there.
Just for fan base.
Yeah, because it doesn't work it doesn't work well whenever they do that. Ever.
It doesn't.
Big movies that have done this, Batman and Robin.
Okay.
Put characters in there just putting Bane in there just for the sake of putting Bane in there. And of course Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
Those are two of the biggest offenders of this, I think. And
yeah. Yeah, and they're just in there, and there's a lot in X-Men 3 too, but nobody cares about that because nobody says villain overload because it's just like they weren't used as much, and it was just like useless stuff. But Wolverine Origins is just like, and then it got leaked out like a couple weeks before.
It did,
and like.
My stepbrother saw the leaked version. I didn't see it.
I saw a little bit of it, and I was like, no, I'm going to see it because I don't want to feel like I'm stealing. And I was like, I would rather get my money back. And I remember to tell you the truth, I remember when I saw it the first time. I saw it twice in theaters. The first time I was like, oh, this isn't that bad. And then I saw it again. And one of my friends was like, you thought that was good? I was like, yeah, I thought it was good. And he made me feel really stupid for thinking it was good. Then I watched it again. I was like, he's absolutely correct about everything about what he was saying.
This was actually the first X-Men movie I didn't see in the theater.
What?
I waited until it came on HBO. Yeah, I did. I saw 1 through 3 in the theater, and I didn't see X-Men Origins.
Wow, and that's kind of sad because I saw X-Men 3 and Wolverine Origins in theaters.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry. So.
Other things I didn't like about Wolverine Origins, the storyline didn't make sense. Him forgetting everything with his getting shot with a bullet that wasn't like how he got shot in X-Men 2.
Yeah.
And he just passed out. Now he gets shot with a bullet in X-Men Origins Wolverine. And like he's just like he passes out and doesn't remember anything at all. Which doesn't make sense because it's just, oh, we have an adamantium bullet. And like only that they would try to go through the adamantium, but it hits and falls out like the other one. Like, and that's all it does. And you're all like, why? It doesn't make any sense. Like, and it was just.
I think they could have chose something to explain something else. That
electroshock therapy would probably be
something that his memory loss. I don't know.
And then his wife, who could just touch stuff, and she could touch people, and then like, hey, you don't want to do this, and has like a perception. Like she could just, her will becomes a little bit more stronger. But some reason it doesn't work on Sabretooth, which is never explained. Like, that won't work on me. Why? Why won't it work on you? like the only good thing about that, I did like the opening scene where they're fighting through all these wars.
Yeah,
That was actually pretty cool.
that made sense.
Yeah, and I really thought they were gonna have one scene. This was back when I didn't know about the studios things. I was like, oh, they're probably gonna have a Captain America tie-in here. I would love to see something with Captain America and Wolverine working together in the war, but they couldn't do that because of writing and like laws and like studio properties.
You think this movie would have been better if it was just a Wolverine and Sabretooth film?
Wolverine Sabretooth film. It depends what the story would, but yeah, I will totally assume that.
Okay.
Because they're not always brothers in like comic book history. One of my friends was telling me that either sometimes it's his dad, which I don't know, or there's just always enemies. And they do something right, is how like Wolverine can never beat Sabretooth.
Uh-huh.
Did you ever notice that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he never beat Sabretooth. Like
Yeah,
even in the first one, he had to get help from Cyclops. And Cyclops shot him out the Statue of Liberty.
Sabretooth is his older brother, right?
That's what they said. Yeah. But yeah, and that's like something they did good. Yeah, there's just a lot of villains that shouldn't have been in there, or a lot of superheroes and villains that shouldn't have been in there that were just in there. Horrible movie. The acting was horrible. The storyline was just an insult, and how they just kept on going like, oh, we got to do this, and before we do this, we got to do this. And like, oh yeah, well, Gambit broke out of there, and he's so easy to find. And then they find him like 3 seconds. Hey, we're gonna look for Gambit. Or I know where he's at. How? How do you know where Gambit's at? They have that one dude who can control like electricity, and like I don't know. You go. I'm gonna get mad. I'm gonna get really mad, and I'm gonna start stabbing people.
What's worse, this or X-Men 3?
This?
Yeah, I think so too. So, you know what really? Okay, one part I didn't like. The special effects looked terrible.
Oh my god! You didn't like those claws?
When what was he cutting up a ladder? That one time, like. With this, that looks so stupid.
Yeah, it makes no sense because Gambit was like him and Gambit throws a card at him and he explodes. I think that's the only time he ever uses his cards to throw. So only one scene where Gambit's actually doing the thing that people want to see Gambit do. So he fights in the alleyway, right? And then Sabretooth comes out of nowhere, literally, and then they start fighting, and then they fight for a couple minutes, and then for some reason. Gambit's on the rooftop. It's on a rooftop, and he was running it looked like he was running a couple blocks because he was hopping building to building. God knows why, or how he knows where they're at. If he's not in the alleyway where he just threw. That's like you walking out of my door right now, and then somehow you go to your car, which is probably a couple parking spots away, and then I'm on the rooftops running from a different direction from where you were. Or where my apartment is, and then I'm just jumping on you. And then he just, so useless.
Oh,
God.
The last, I don't know why they had to tape Deadpool's mouth shut.
Yes. Oh, I haven't even touched on that. Have not even touched. Then the final fight scene happens.
And why did that that character have to be Deadpool? Why couldn't it be someone else?
It had. Ryan Reynolds, like, hands down, would have nailed it as Deadpool. That's like, he's typecast. If he was typecast to be Deadpool.
Yeah.
And he would have nailed it if they would have gone. But then you're going to get away from it. That's like saying, oh, we like Batman because he's dark, he's mysterious, and things like that. And then like, you know what we should do? Let's make him only fight crime in the day. He's not even fighting crime. He's just like giving people parking meter tickets. And he doesn't wear a mask. And he has no martial arts skills. It's what Ryan Reynolds was, what X-Men Origins did to, what Ryan Reynolds was to Deadpool is what Adam West was to Batman. And that's the best way I can describe it because it's just an insult. Oh, horrible. It's a horrible movie.
You ready to give your rating?
Fuck that movie, man. Let's see. I'd rather torture myself. I gotta come up with a new torture device.
Alright. I'm gonna get my rating first, okay? Alright, fuck this movie.
Fuck
okay,
it.
Now you can go on with your rating.
Like, I would rather torture myself than see this movie again. Like, if I would rather wake up with 4 migraines, 2 toothaches, shin splints, and a horrible smell in my house for the next 3 years, every day of my life, then watch this movie again.
Okay.
Get horrible cavities. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna move on to the last one. Is like retrospective. We're gonna review Days of Future Past, but that's gonna be on a separate podcast.
Yeah.
So the Wolverine, which I still have not seen.
Wait.
Was there one before that?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
First Class, kid.
I'm getting ahead of myself. Yeah. Okay. First Class.
Yeah. X-Men First Class. I remember I saw this with a group of my friends, and I brought a girl that I really liked, and that was a really good movie. I thought it was really fun. Kevin Bacon as Sebastian Shaw.
Yeah, he's a really good villain.
Yeah, it's just really menacing. Even though Sebastian Shaw is like usually a bigger presence, like he's stocky. He's not this thin, but I'll give it to him.
I didn't know anything about Sebastian Shaw until before this movie.
Really, I remember him in the cartoon series. He was in there. I remember Beast was trying to fling him around, and then he's all like, Beast was all like, "Oh, you exert powers? Well, I'll just put you on my legs and swing you around, and you can't do anything about that, and you'll get really dizzy," because Beast is like a passive-aggressive fighter. But then Sebastian Shaw's like, "Yeah, but you're using legs, and you're using energy in your leg, and I'll just absorb that," and he does that, and he beats up Beast. It's like, you idiot. Was that really what you're gonna do with Beast? You're just gonna sit there and just twirl him around on your feet? But yeah, really good storyline. Okay. I really love Michael Fassbender nails it, bro.
Yeah, he's my favorite.
Michael Fassbender nails it.
My favorite my favorite villain out of all these comic book movies that came out. Michael Fassbender as Magneto is hands down my favorite.
Really good.
Yeah.
Really, really good. Like, I was like, wow, he wasn't known as well at the time. Mm-hmm. Wow, bro, just strong. James McAvoy did a really good job. He should be noted. And I don't want to take anything away from him, but Michael Fassbender just nailed it out of the park, bro.
Yeah, I think for the most part, the whole cast is really good.
Yeah, only thing I would say I would like to change is just like, I would say Mystique, but I guess where Mystique is at her time, it's Jennifer Lawrence. It's a different Mystique, and I don't really like it too much. That's probably it's not weak, it's just where she's at, and I don't like that character where she's at when she's not the badass Mystique as I knew. Yeah.
Did they even explain what made her, like, why she's able to kick everyone's ass in the earlier movies?
A little bit.
Did they?
No.
Did she get martial arts training or something? Because she's like probably like the strongest fighter out of any of the mutants in the film.
I know, she is pretty badass.
Yeah, she's doing like just crazy shit, and it's like she kicks Wolverine's ass.
Yeah.
And if she kicks Wolverine's ass, she could probably kick everyone else's ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the storyline of X-Men First Class?
What was the storyline of X-Men First Class? Mm-hmm. Sebastian Shaw has...
Oh, were they trying to make a nuclear strike? Because if they do that, he will absorb all that power and then just become like a Jesus Christ of everyone?
That's what
something like that
storyline was.
Yeah, and he's all, I could just be so strong, and then I could take over the world. So I don't know why do villains want to take over the world? That's like that's so much responsibility. I want to have fun. Like, I'll take over the world. Then what? Watch TV, and then I don't know.
So the thing I did like was I think it was the first thing we see him at Michael Fassbender as Magneto, where he kills those Nazis in the
one with the tooth.
Yeah, in the diner, or was it?
Oh, that one. That was like, I think that was probably the second one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, kills him. He's like, I'm Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah, that was pretty badass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked that part.
It was really good. I like the scene at the end where he's like stopping all those missiles, and him and James McAvoy are having a big fight, and he's like, I remember watching that preview, and I remember seeing the trailer where all those missiles are coming, and you just see him put his hand up, and you're like, is he gonna stop all of them? And then they have another trailer after that, and you just see them all stop, and I was like, he's so badass, he's so awesome. I like the scene where you see Charles Xavier go into his mind, and like you see him unlock his true potential, and then like you see him cry a little bit, and like it's like a balance of rage and peace. he said something along those lines, and I was like, wow, that's a really good. That's how you get your true potential, and he helped him do that. And he's all like, he just helped him remember. I think it was a memory of his mother.
Yeah.
And to trigger his true potential power, he always does that now, which is implied. It's never really truly stated, but that's how he does it because he's at a perfect harmony of rage and peace, and I like that. More on the rage side, but really good action scenes. I loved Mystique. I thought Beast was actually done really cool. He looks a little bit more weird, more cat-like, and it took a little bit for me to get used to, but I like it.
What do you think of Emma Frost?
Emma Frost is sexy.
Yeah, she's pretty hot, huh?
Yeah, they could have had a stronger actress player, but she's fine.
Who is that actress anyway? I know she's probably like some model, huh?
It probably is.
Yeah. Sebastian Shaw's whole team. You know what?
Oh, Azazel. There's one big crucial plot hole in that nobody's ever talked about.
What's that?
Do you remember that CIA agent?
The chick.
No, the guy, the bigger one. He's bigger with glasses. And James McAvoy was like, "You want to see another trick I could do?" And he's like, "Get in the car." He's like, "Yep, okay." You don't remember that?
Okay.
Well, he's the guy. Like they're in the CIA with the mutants, and Zazel takes him and teleports in the sky, drops him from moon high onto the concrete floor, and he's dead. Okay.
All right.
But he's at the end of the movie.
Why?
Yeah, like I'm not even lying. Like
he was at the end of the movie.
Yeah, he's dead, and it's at the end of the movie. He's died, and is at the end of the movie. Look,
I didn't notice this.
Yeah, I'm like the only one who's ever brought that up. Like, he's dead.
Are you sure it was him?
Yeah, and I don't think he even has a name. I could be wrong, but I don't think they even give him a name.
Nameless CIA guy.
Yeah, and like, he dies, but he's not at the end of the movie. It doesn't even make any sense.
Wow.
Like, yeah, like, Go on with some more positive. I'm gonna look that dude up.
How Xavier ends up getting paralyzed, that made sense.
Okay. Yeah, because I never knew that. Like, what made him get paralyzed?
And I don't know if it was I don't know if it was different from his. Did he even touch on his original origins ever? How he becomes paralyzed? He's just like.
How who?
Xavier.
How Xavier became what?
Became paralyzed. He can't walk anywhere.
I don't really know. I tell you, I've never really understood. Okay, that dude who I was talking about, his name is Oliver Platt. That's the true actor's name.
The dude from Mousetrap.
Okay, maybe he is in that. The oranges, the love brother, the drugs. He's in
I do remember him now. Yeah.
Okay, his name in this movie is Man in Black Suit. Man in Black Suit. I'm not even lying. Like, he doesn't even have a name.
The great X-Men character, Man in Black Suit.
Yeah, and he's dead. So, like, I can't even, like, oh, which one are you talking about? The Man in Black Suit. What is his name? That's what they call him. Man in Black Suit. That's, like, he doesn't have a name, and he dies. Like, I'll show you that scene where he gets teleported in the sun, or in the moon, and, like, Azazel just drops him, and you're like, ah! And then he falls and hits concrete. He's at least, like, because it's at least 4 stories high. At least. And then this drops. And, like, because it kills all those other guards. And then at the end of the movie, you just see him. Like, hey, guys. Yeah.
I didn't notice this.
Wow, I'm the only one. I was like, wait, he's dead. Am I the only one who just saw that? I thought Azazel was cool because that's Nightcrawler's dad.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
You didn't? That's why he could teleport. And Nightcrawler's mom is...
Mystique, right?
There we go.
Yeah.
Just making sure you knew.
Yeah, I know that one. So, who's that one dude? The one mutant that the fucking one that could breathe underwater or whatever.
Darwin?
He dies in like first 5 minutes to them on screen.
No, he doesn't. He dies when Sebastian Shaw comes. Right. I think he dies at the end of the second act, right before the third act's about to happen.
Yeah, because they're like all hanging out, and then he just comes in and he just has to kill Darwin for some reason.
Well, Darwin tries to be brave, and Havoc's all like, do it now, Havoc now, and then like he makes a shield, and then Sebastian Shaw grabs it and is like, oh, well, you adapt, and then he just like adapt to this and like makes him swallow like Havoc's thing, and then I guess he couldn't adapt to it, even though he can adapt to everything else. So
I don't know. I remember him dying a lot earlier than that.
really,
Yeah.
no.
No. All right.
What else? Really good. I was talking to a friend who didn't like that movie. He like absolutely hated it. He's like, "Oh, there wasn't enough character development with all these other characters." I was like, because it was only a 2-hour movie. You can't have a character development with these 12 people. He's like, because then it just becomes a movie about learning about all these new mutants with no storyline.
I think they focused on
There's
the
three
ones
people.
the ones that really matter. Like they focused on the relationship between Xavier and Mystique.
Yep.
And Magneto and Xavier, their relationship
Yeah, those
also. That's all that really mattered, because that's what pushed the series forward.
Yeah.
Really.
Did I tell you that I was at the movie theaters when I went to see Days of Future Past and they were giving out trivia? And, like, the lady asked this question wrong. So, like, what was Wolverine known as before Wolverine? And I said, James Logan James. It's like, wrong. And then, like, nobody knew. And it's like, it ends with X. And then another dude was like, Weapon X? They're like, you're right. And I was all like, that lady's wrong. Because he was Wolverine before. Even in the movies, he was all like, I'll go by Wolverine. And then he's like, okay, I'll be Weapon X. And then, like, then it goes back to Wolverine. I was all like, because he was Wolverine years before. He wasn't Weapon X. He was Wolverine. And then she asked
he wasn't Weapon X until he had the experiments, right?
Yeah. He's Wolverine before he had the experiments.
That was his code name for getting experimented on, right?
Yeah.
Weapon X?
Yeah, so I was all like, this lady's wrong. And,
would that make Lady Deathstrike like Weapon Y? Weapon X squared?
I don't know. I think it'd be really cool if they bring in, imagine, never mind. We'll talk about that, the Days of Future Past. But I would love to see, what were we talking about?
Lady Deathstrike?
Lady Deathstrike. Yeah, I would love to see her again.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool. Another things about X-Men, Days of Future Past, I thought it was really good. Even though they're all like, Emma Frost is, even though they messed up the continuity, they're all like, they just showed a middle finger to like X-Men 3 and Wolverine and the other Wolverine. So they're like, hey, screw this. And it's really got them back on track, and I really do like that.
Yeah. So
I give this movie a lot of props because it got back on track.
Yeah, where it should have been.
Yeah, and like, it was all like, hey, screw those. And it took, I wouldn't even just say a step in the right direction. It took like many steps in the right direction. It took a block. We went 3 miles into the right direction where we were at, or was at rock bottom, and then we started getting really good again. I was like, wow, this is good. So I would say this movie,
I'd say it's worth seeing.
Yeah, it's definitely worth seeing.
It's worth owning also.
Worth owning. Go see it now?
Yeah.
Was this in theaters? Would you go see it now?
I would go see it now.
All right. Go
Twice.
See it now. Go see it now. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we got one more to go.
Yeah, the one you haven't seen.
The one I haven't seen. I only seen trailers of. So, I'm going to speak on this. Wolverine, 2013.
2013.
This barely came out.
The Wolverine.
Yeah.
Never saw it. I'm surprised. It's actually really good. It's really good because...
Is it what X-Men Origins should have been?
It's not, because it's not a... It's not a prequel.
So...
It was like in the latest of the continuity of all of the movies.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Things I liked about it was like, I thought it was really fun. Like, the stakes were higher because like he couldn't heal, so every time he got injured, you felt a little bit. I still felt like he still had a healing factor, but it was at a crawl, and like it wasn't as like a immediate heal. Like, I think he was healing just a lot faster than normal human, but it wasn't as fast as he was used to.
So it made him vulnerable in that sense?
Yeah, it made him really vulnerable, which makes the stakes a little bit higher. Other things that I thought the fight scenes were pretty cool. There's this one, I have the extended cut, so they have like this really cool scene with the ninjas and him fighting, and like really good. I'm really glad they did an extended scene. That's something that I think some movies should do, like with the Wolverine they should do, and it made it R. Like, it would have been an R movie because, one, they say fuck 4 times in that.
Oh, really?
In the extended one, yeah.
They were planning on doing a rated R Wolverine movie, which makes sense because
he kills people.
The guy has like claws, like he has metal claws, his hands. Yeah.
Yeah, that's some of the things that I remember from the TV show. I was like, he's gonna pull out his metal claws, but then just start kicking people.
Are you talking about the cartoon? They always that's what kind of sucked about his character because in the cartoon like they only had him like pull out his claws just to kill like robots and like cut doors. And
yeah.
Stuff. We need to get in this door, Wolverine. He just like slices. Yeah, he didn't actually really kill anybody with the claws. He didn't really.
I pulled my claws, so you know I'm gonna start kicking now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so what's the point of pulling out your claws?
Yeah, but Cyclops, he can shoot people with lasers all day.
Yeah, it's a concussive blast,
optic blast or whatever, optic beam.
Yeah. This movie's really good because there's no Stan Lee cameo. I like that. Let's see.
Did First Class have a Stan Lee cameo? I don't remember him having one.
I don't know. I think X-Men 1 he had a Stan Lee cameo. Wasn't he like one of the generals who was like?
I'm pretty sure he had a cameo in 1.
Not sure in 2. I think he did in 3 because he was like, yeah. But yeah, there's no Stan Lee cameo. The action's good. I thought the stakes were pretty high, even though. Let's see. The fight scenes were really good and long. It's him being broken and him coming back into trying to be what he needs to be, and it's really good. I'm surprised you never saw it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I think that's good because like throughout all the movies, it's you kind of get the sense that Wolverine could
just do whatever he wants.
Whatever he wants.
Yeah, if you put when you put in a cheat code and you can't die, and he could just walk through anything, and that just defeats the purpose of like being fast or being stealthy.
Yeah, like he can't do anything to Magneto, but he attempts to twice.
Yeah.
He kills every probably all Stryker's dudes almost. Yeah. He kills Lady Deathstrike. He stops Phoenix.
Yeah, which is like
should never happen.
Should never be able to do that. Just because alone he has nothing to fight against somebody who's a telekinetic who can throw stuff with her mind, because that's her initial power, is throwing stuff with her mind. And then she started being able to read her minds, and then and then you're all like, holy crap, this...
He almost kills Mystique.
Yeah, he has a really weird... But yeah, really weird resume of like, why should I do this? Let's see. There's a lot of... the train scene is really good. I remember seeing the trailer that, that's going to look so stupid. And it was actually really fun. It's actually a really fun train scene. Things I didn't like. The 2 things I didn't like have to do with the female actresses. The female actors. There's this one Asian lady that's like his best friend, who's like his sidekick in a way.
Yeah.
I don't like her head. Her head is like, I'm not...
You don't like her head?
Her head is really distracting.
What's wrong with her head?
It's like shaped like an apple or an acorn. It's shaped like a really big acorn.
Who's this? Do you know this actress?
I don't know her name.
You never seen her in anything else?
No. And there's another one who plays Lady Viper. She's really bad she's not good at acting. Like, there's a scene where they're at a funeral, and her power is like, she's immune to poisons. Yeah. And she has like a natural porn. It's not specifically said, but she has like this venom that's inside of her that would kill people. Okay? So it can kill people, and she's immune to... But there's one scene where they're at a funeral and people are shooting guns. When people are shooting guns, you should probably get, something that rhymes with other. So we go for cover. So she should probably hide and getting cover. But she's just there with a video camera and just acting nonchalant, like bullets don't do shit to her. And then like some guy comes up with a gun and she doesn't even bat an eye, just takes the gun and spits it in him. Like, you should probably be worried right now. You don't have anything that can help you against this. Like, your powers aren't re-healing anything. If you get shot, you are shot. There's no coming back from that. It's stupid. Like, I don't like those 2 actors.
Huh. Silver Samurai shows up in this movie, correct? How they you think he was well done in that regard? You think his character?
I think people who like Silver Samurai were mad, but I like it because they worked with what they had. Like they made the best peanut butter and jelly sandwich out of peanut butter and honey.
Okay.
So they didn't go back to do Origins, which would probably go reset that. So they went back. They went into the future where everything works out a little bit better. So I was like, okay, this is going to be a lot better. But I thought they did a pretty solid job with Silver Samurai. It wasn't anything too good to write home about, but it wasn't anything horrible. It wasn't like Deadpool or Gambit.
Does Omega Red make an appearance?
No.
No Omega Red? Would you like to see Omega Red?
Yeah. He's to do with the tentacles, right?
Yeah, he's like he has some of the same. He has the same like powers as Wolverine almost, but like the healing powers.
Animadium
tentacles,
and then like if he touches you, it's like pretty much just drains your life force.
Yeah, he's like British, I think.
I thought he was Russian. No?
Yeah, is he Russian? I don't know. He's like the Russian Wolverine. Yeah, he is Russian. You're right. Okay, that makes sense. See, I would like to see him in the X-Men movie. I don't know how they would do it though, but they're pretty cool.
Yeah, that would be pretty difficult. Like, imagine if they. Oh wow, that would have to be really good fight scenes. I bet.
Yeah, him against Wolverine. That's who Wolverine should be fighting. Not fucking Phoenix. He should be fighting Omega Red.
Yeah, people he can kick their ass with. Yeah. Something where it would be more of a grapple and a brawl.
Yeah.
Not like, oh, you want to fight? Well, that sucks. I'll just make you explode from inside out. I'll make you implode and then explode and then I'll do it again and then I'll fling you 3,000 miles away.
Yeah.
Yeah, in this one, you see a lot of Jean Grey. Like, Jean Grey's in his mind, and he has, like, hallucinations of Jean Grey.
Oh, yeah.
And it's really good. It humanizes Wolverine a little bit, so he has a little bit more remorse for losing Jean Grey. Which is kind of like when I was talking about X-Men 2, like, which is kind of weird, because he never sleeps with her. Like, he doesn't do anything. He's like, I just like you. And he just had a big crush on Jean Grey. Because it's not love. Even though you know Jean Grey likes him as well. But it was just like, it's weird that she was in there. And I think she's in there just for what happens in the next movie, so. So, yeah. I would say that movie is actually worth it. I would say it's worth ticket price.
Worth ticket price.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't see it.
So, after First Class, they kept it going in a positive direction.
Yes, they did.
They didn't shit the bed or anything like that.
No, they're all, we did good. What do we do? I don't know. Let's fuck shit up.
Hire Brett Ratner.
Yeah, let's hire Brett Ratner. We should probably get an M. Night Shyamalan. What happens if they're not the mutants and that all the viewers are the mutants?
That's good to hear. I'm happy that they
you should actually see it. It's actually pretty solid. Yeah, so I guess that concludes this episode, right?
Yeah, we're going to wrap it up. So
yeah, like a condom. Yeah.
So, Days of Future Past review.
Probably
coming up
next.
Yeah, coming up next. And I'm just going to say we both thought it was good.
No, we didn't. Or right? Did we?
Did we?
Did we? I don't know. I guess they're going to have to come back next episode and watch.
Let's just leave it on a cliffhanger to be continued.
Maybe we're all cliffhangers. M. Night moment. M. Night Shyamalan moment. What happens if we're all cliffhangers?
We're all cliffhangers.
Whoa. Wow. What happens if we're fighting the wind? What happens if firebenders can't use fire?
So once again, you're listening to The Real Life. And,
Real Life?
And I'm...
Real Life?
And till next time, we are out.
For real. Really. This is your reality check.
Bye.